Okay, picture this. It's moving day. You are surrounded by an absolute fortress of cardboard boxes. You're totally exhausted, and all you want to do is wash your hands or maybe grab a quick glass of tap water. So you walk over to the sink, turn the handle, and literally nothing. Just a dry tap. It is a completely avoidable nightmare, but trust me, it happens all the time. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're handing you the ultimate cheat sheet for navigating Chattanooga's utility systems so you can seamlessly transition into your new home without a single hiccup. Look, nobody wants to deal with massive administrative headaches when they are just trying to settle into a new place, right? Figuring out exactly who supplies your water, what forms you actually need, and how much it's all going to cost can feel like wandering through a maze. But don't worry, by the end of this explainer, you are going to have a clear, actionable blueprint to get your water flowing fast. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll map out the Chattanooga water landscape. Second, prep work and documentation. Third, starting your water service. Fourth, understanding fees and billing. Fifth, troubleshooting common issues. And we'll wrap it all up with additional tips and our conclusion. Let's kick things off with part one, the Chattanooga water landscape, or as I like to call it, navigating a pretty fragmented map. So here's the thing, Chattanooga is absolutely not a one-size-fits-all city when it comes to utilities. The biggest player in the region by far is Tennessee American Water. They serve an impressive 406,000 customers across the city core and surrounding areas. That's treating around 40 million gallons of water every single day. But hold on, if you live in certain surrounding neighborhoods, you won't be using them at all. You might actually fall under independent local districts like Eastside Utility District, Hickson, or Savannah Valley. Knowing exactly which district claims your specific address is your absolute first step. Moving right along to part two, prep work and documentation. Time to gather that paperwork. Listen, showing up unprepared or submitting a half-finished form is the absolute fastest way to delay your service. You really want to get this right on the first try, so grab a folder right now and collect these specific documents. Regardless of whether you're dealing with the massive Tennessee American Water or a smaller district like Savannah Valley, you're going to need a valid government ID. No way around it. Next, you have to prove you actually have the right to be at the property, so keep the first page of your lease agreement, warranty deed, or settlement statement super handy. You'll also want your social security number available for a standard credit screen, and if you're setting up a commercial space, make sure you have a W-9 or business license ready to go. All right, part three, starting your water service. Let's get into the actual step-by-step guide. The Savannah Valley Utility District actually models this perfectly with a universal three-step onboarding framework. Step one is form compilation, basically filling out the actual application and any associated agreements. Step two is document transmission. This is where you submit those compiled forms along with your ID via email, fax, or just by walking right into their office. And finally, step three, residency verification, where the utility reviews your lease or deed to officially clear your account for activation. Now, how you actually accomplish those three steps varies wildly depending on your district. For example, Eastside Utility District is super modern. They embrace a highly digital setup where you can fill out online forms and just upload a quick picture of your driver's license. But contrast that with Hickson Utility District. They operate completely offline. For Hickson, you literally cannot sign up on a website. You have to either call them directly to set up a digital contract over the phone, or, get this, literally drive up to their physical drive-through registration window during business hours. Kind of wild, right? And remember, timing is everything. If you are moving into an existing home that already has a meter in the ground, most providers are going to activate your service within 2 to 10 business days. Pretty standard. However, if you are building a brand new construction home, do not wait until the last minute. Establishing a completely new tap off an existing main line can take up to 16 weeks. Why so long? Well, the utility has to secure street opening permits, request markouts, and even coordinate with fire service contractors. It's a whole process. Which brings us to part four, understanding fees and billing, because nobody likes surprise charges. Now, what's really interesting here is looking at the actual official tariff documentation for a provider like Tennessee American Water. This proves that an activity fee for setting up a new service isn't just some arbitrary charge they made up. It's actually a regulated, standardized fee approved by utility commissions. It's strictly there to cover the administrative and physical labor of adding you into their system. But those startup fees and renter deposits, they vary significantly across county lines. Just look at this. Hickston and Tennessee American Water both charge a pretty modest $25 startup fee, and Tennessee American will even waive their deposit entirely if you pass a soft credit screen. Awesome. But if you're a renter moving into the Northwest Utility District or Walden's Ridge, you need to budget for a standard security deposit of $150. Knowing these exact differences means you can budget your move-in costs with total precision, with zero surprises. Let's move to Part 5, Troubleshooting Common Issues. Take a deep breath and don't panic. Let's look at 3 very common administrative hurdles and how to jump them. First, what if you want to avoid a credit check or your credit screen fails? It is totally not a roadblock. You simply have to pay the standard security deposit up front. Simple as that. Second, if you do not have a social security number or you just prefer not to provide it, you can absolutely still get water service. But again, that upfront deposit becomes mandatory. Finally, missed deadlines. Say you forgot to start service and you desperately need it on the same day. Be careful, because some districts will penalize you. Hickson, for instance, hits you with a $50 same-day surcharge if you call after 2 p.m. The fix here? Call early in the morning, or better yet, do it days in advance. Finally, we are at Part 6, Additional Tips and Conclusion for Actually Living in Your New Home. So the absolutely crucial point here is this massive warning for property managers and renters alike. When a tenant moves out, the account does not, I repeat, does not, automatically revert back to the landlord's name. If neither party communicates with the utility district, the old tenant might just keep getting billed, or the landlord might show up to a property and find the water completely shut off. Both tenants and landlords must call the utility office well in advance to request a specific disconnect or transfer date. Also, please take advantage of the tech available to you. Districts like Eastside Utility offer incredibly useful smart meter portals. The very moment you are set up, go register for these online dashboards. Tracking your hourly usage isn't just great for general conservation, it is quite literally the fastest way to catch a running toilet or a hidden pipe leak before it translates into a massive, unexpected penalty fee on your very next bill. Real quick before we finish, please keep this disclaimer in mind. Utility district lines, rates, deposits, and procedural policies are always subject to updates and regulatory changes. We've provided a rock-solid foundation for you today, but you should absolutely always verify the final exact requirements directly with your local provider when you're making your move. Look, moving is chaotic enough without worrying about whether you can take a hot shower at the end of a long day of unpacking. You now have the exact roadmap you need to get your water service up and running in Chattanooga completely seamlessly. So I challenge you, pause this explainer right now, check your new address against the utility maps, figure out exactly which district is yours, and ask yourself, are your documents ready to go? Get that folder together, make the call, and enjoy your new home.